Formula One teams, like any other sports team, are businesses at the end of the day, and making money is what they do. Conveniently, the best way to do that is to win races, which means they're all incentivized to spend as heavily as possible on the competitive side of the sport. The budget cap has had a big impact on that. For the top teams like Mercedes, Red Bull, and Ferrari, it's curtailed their $500 million development budgets to a more sustainable level. The race to see who can spend the most money is over, and now it's a battle of who can spend their money most wisely. For the teams further down the grid, though, the budget cap gave them a chance to build a level playing field to fight the top teams from. They still don't have the facilities or staff to match, but they are getting there, and some huge off-season deals are going to get them moving forward. Today, I'll check out the massive signing Williams have made, why it's a bigger deal than you might think, and why all the F1 teams could be in for a big financial boost in the near future. So don't go anywhere. So let's start off with that big financial boost, which could be dished out to all F1 teams in the near future. Sadly for you American fans though, it could be bad news for your experience watching the races. ESPN signed a 3-year deal with F1 for the 2023-25 seasons. ESPN has been paying between $75 and $90 million a year for the rights to Formula One, which is owned by Liberty Media. Part of the ESPN deal included an exclusive renegotiation window for the broadcasting rights to F1 in the US from 2026 onwards. That meant they had first dibs over the broadcasting for the new regulations. ESPN's exclusive negotiating window with F1 has expired without a deal, which indicates that F1 was asking for a big increase in the yearly cost of the deal, and ESPN weren't willing to match them. Reports from close to the two parties are saying that ESPN are keen to have the broadcasting rights for the future, but haven't been happy with the price that F1 is asking. Given the continued interest around sports rights and the explosion in popularity that F1 has experienced in recent years, it comes as no surprise that Liberty Media are seeking a major increase in the value of the rights, according to multiple industry experts. An exact figure is never possible with these deals, but if Liberty Media are looking for a sizable leap from $90 million, then the new deal would take the broadcasting rights into the 9 figures in US media revenue annually. Other companies with rights in motorsports which could be interested in showing Formula One in the US include NBC Sports, Fox Sports, Prime Video, WBD, and the CW. However, all reports seem to point toward Netflix as a company most excited to spend big and bring Formula One to their platform. Netflix famously spurred F1's growth since the pandemic through the Drive to Survive docuseries, the 7th season of which will be released next month. Netflix as a platform to watch live sport is a new concept. From January this year, they began showing WWE's flagship show, Raw, on a weekly basis. The 10-year deal to show live wrestling cost the platform $5 billion. Netflix also gained the rights to other WWE shows, as well as a behind-the-scenes documentary similar to Drive to Survive or the NASCAR one they've put out over the past couple of years. Their experience showing actual live sport, though, is pretty limited, and how they handle F1, assuming they get the deal, could be make or break for F1 in the US. Would you be worried about an inexperienced platform like Netflix taking control of the broadcasting of Formula One? Or do you already use F1 TV instead of ESPN anyway? Let me know down below while I tell you why this is good for the teams, even if it does end up being bad for the fans. Money from broadcasting rights and sponsorship deals which are paid to Formula One all goes into a big pot, which pays for Formula One to operate as a sports series. The money left over at the end of the year in that pot is the profit, which is then split between Formula One management and the F1 teams. A complicated and not entirely clear flow diagram then gets followed, with the pot being split into smaller and smaller pieces, which are then given to the teams based on their performance, the fact they exist, and their historical significance in the sport. How that all happens and who gets what doesn't really matter now though. What matters is that if F1 double the price per season to broadcast F1 in the US, then that extra money goes into the F1 money pot, which then comes to the teams. And if there is an extra $100 million in the pot each year, the teams earn millions of dollars more a year. Of course, F1 teams don't live and die by the money that Liberty Media pays them in prizes. Sponsors make up a big part of their yearly income, and specifically title sponsors, who pay hundreds of millions to name a team each year. I'm talking about the likes of Oracle at Red Bull, Aramco at Aston Martin, or MoneyGram at Haas. But before I talk about one team who's managed to secure a first title sponsor in years, in a deal which could make or break their future, if you enjoy the F1 news and analysis we provide here at F1 Reverse, and want to catch all the reaction to preseason testing which starts at the end of the month, then please press the like button and subscribe to the channel. Thanks a lot. So there is one team who have been title sponsorless for a number of years now, who could desperately use the money. And no, I'm not talking about McLaren, who have been conspicuously title sponsorless since getting rid of their Formula 2 engine back in 2017. Williams, a team who've been on the brink of financial failure a few times over the past decade. A team who have lost all semblance of the mighty championship-winning team they once were. A team who until recently built their cars on spreadsheets, have been title sponsorless since 2019. For 2025 though, that is all changing. Atlassian, the software company who famously created Jira to help companies move away from Excel spreadsheets, will become the team's new title sponsor and will also serve as its official technology partner, which means the team will now be officially entered in the World Championship as Atlassian Williams Racing. Atlassian also becomes official technology partner and collaboration software partner as part of the long-term deal, which Williams says is the biggest partnership deal in its history. It indicates how Williams intends to leverage the expertise and technology that Atlassian offers. Team principal James Vowles has repeatedly spoken of how much Williams needs to modernize its infrastructure and methodologies. According to the team, Atlassian will help accelerate that process with what it calls its system of work to connect different departments using Atlassian products and make better use of artificial intelligence. Attracting a title partnership of this size and significance is a momentous day in our team's illustrious history and a major milestone in our comeback transformation, said Vowles. We're putting in place all the right ingredients to get this team back to the front of the grid, and in Atlassian, we have a partner that through its technology and tools will help unleash our full potential by improving teamwork and collaboration right across the organization. The team's race suit reveal shows the Atlassian branding prominently, and you can expect some even larger logos on the car. Williams will launch its 2025 F1 car with a special one-off livery this week on Friday the 14th, before the race livery is unveiled next week at the F1 75 event at the O2 Arena in London that all 10 teams are participating in. Williams and James Vowles will be hoping that with the help of Atlassian, they can start using corporate buzzwords to describe what's happening in their factory. I'm sure we'll hear plenty about how they're streamlining their processes and integrating different teams and finding AI-powered solutions to stuff. At the end of the day, it's all a lot of waffle until Williams starts seeing the effects on track. But if and when they do, then this partnership could be massive for the team. What do you think about F1 potentially moving to Netflix? And do you think Atlassian can actually help Williams improve? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and until next time, drive safe and bye for now.